All right, good morning, everyone. We will call our meeting to order. This is the Scott County Fiscal Court 8th of April. It's hard to believe we're in April. It's a regular business meeting, and we have a full agenda, and we have guests today, and would like to move forward with our meeting. Before we do that, though, I'd like to have a moment of silence and recognize a few items. Former longtime deputy judge Mike Wright served many years here and with Judge Lusby. He passed away yesterday, and just wanted to recognize that. And then Kelly Corman, one of our magistrates, his wife's mother, Mary Susan Crane, passed away yesterday as well. And just wanted to also recognize, there's still a war going on in Ukraine, and I continue to pray for peace, and would encourage all to do so as well. So if we could have a moment of silence, I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. With that said, I'd like to ask you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Hostetler, would you lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Hamilton, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hostetler?
Present.
Mr. Lyons?
Here.
Mr. Wallace?
Here.
Mr. Corman?
Present.
Mr. Ellison? Mr. Thompson? Here. Mr. Livingston? Here. Mr. Marshall?
Here.
Judge Covington?
Present. Thank you very much. First item of our consideration, the minutes from our prior meeting. Is there any questions or comments regarding those minutes as presented?
No comments.
No comments?
Questions.
No questions. A motion from Mr. Hostetler. Is there a second? Mr. Lyons. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. The next item is transfers as presented. Any questions or comments regarding those transfers?
Judge, one quick question, just kind of highlight that it's obvious they're in that line item for the Sheriff's Department where they're needing some more money for gasoline. And I'm sure that Sheriff's Department's not the only department that's having those issues with the elevated gas prices. So just a comment.
And as it's reality, and I'm sure Battalion Chief Baker and Chief Ward, when they go fill up those trucks, notice it as well. What we are doing as we work on our upcoming budget is really trying to make a modification in those future requests, because sadly I don't see it going down for a while.
Yeah,
So
significant increase, and I kind of wanted to highlight it because it's all departments, road department, you name them. Anybody's got vehicles on the road that work for the county, it's significant impact.
Yeah, and it's real. I appreciate that. Any other questions or comments on transfers?
Motion for approval.
Motion, second. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Who was second? I'm sorry.
I was.
Rick Hostetler. Sorry. Any opposed? Motion passes. Bills and hand checks. Any questions or comments as presented in your packet? Motion from Kelly Corman for approval.
Second.
Second from Dr. Chad Wallace. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. At this time, we are going to skip number 7 and come back to it because Barry Stilts is not available until approximately 9:30. So we'll come back to that. I also do not see our number 8 in the audience, Mr. Richardson. And I had spoken with him and felt like he was coming today, so we'll have to move from that. With that said, our guests from BCTC are here with us, and I would like to introduce them. Lynn Gotze, Mark Manuel, and President Dr. Kofi Akapo. Would you all please take the, come to the front and start your presentation and any comments that you all would like to share. And before you all get started, I do want to talk about how much I value their collaboration and help. Chris Runyon and I have met many, many times with the leadership and staff about a potential paramedic training certification program. And without their help, this would not even be a chance for reality. And I'm really optimistic about that and how it impacts our community in so many ways. The potential for an individual from anywhere in Central Kentucky, for that matter, to come and get the training that it needs in a highly high-demand job field is so important. And you all know the turnover that we're experiencing with our paramedic program in our agency. And the icing on the cake that would make this so good is that currently there is a work-ready scholarship. And because of the demand in that field, an individual could come and get certified. I don't have it right in front of me, but almost for nothing. So it's exciting. That scholarship's just putting it all together makes so much sense for our community, and it's a great opportunity. What we're talking about today is a request that goes along similar. It's in regards to a dual credit scholarship endowment, and I'll turn it over to you all. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Can you hear me? Well,
Sorry.
can I speak?
It should be on.
It should be on. Well, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for affording us the opportunity to be here this morning to talk to you. Judge Covington, you are such a blessing to work with. And I mean
Well,
it.
you're too kind.
No, I mean it. Your understanding. You know, we serve a 14-county area. And I can tell in this county, I value the collaboration and the understanding and how you understand that economic development and educational attainment are the two sides of the same coin.
Thank
It makes my job much easier working with you. Having said that, I came to BCTC from Ohio 3 years ago, and I had a vision for this county because we have the Advanced Manufacturing Center here in this county. And my vision was to make sure we get the credential in the hand of these high school kids before they graduate from high school and get to work and make more than people with PhDs. As you know, for the first time in many years in our country, in our state, in our region, we have more opening than people to do the job. So the earlier we get these young ones from high school with credentials to work, the better it is for our county, the better it is for our region. And this county has taken that lead before even my arrival by planting a seed. The community came together and raised funds to set up a scholarship for these dual credit students. But then this perfectly matches my dream, because I don't want to see any child in this county who want to do dual credit or who want to take advantage of what I'm proposing, allowing them to have an associate degree before a high school diploma, not to be able to achieve this dream because of his or her parental financial situation. So Judge Covington understands that, and he has been at the table with us since day one. So what I would like to see from you is we're seeking your help to grow this seed that was planted years ago. And Toyota understand that, and last year they gave us $250,000. And my dream for this county is to have $1 million in endowment for dual credit. So any kid from any of our high schools who want to take advantage, who want to earn this associate degree in credentials that matter. I'm not talking about communication or those are important, those are needed. But we need to get this kid to work. This is the way to combat brain drain and promote brain gain. So Ms. Gatsi is with me together with Mr. Manuel, our VP of Advancement, and she'll go through a presentation with you. But I'm just here seeking your help. If you can help me grow that seed where we can give every student in this county a chance to earn that credential before high school diploma.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Lynn Godsey. I'm the campus director here at the BCTC Georgetown campus. We appreciate the opportunity to talk with you. As Dr. Capo stated, really what we're talking about with dual credit scholarships at its core is really a workforce and economic development strategy. Because as we are able to prepare students earlier and prepare them to be more successful, we're talking about getting them out to the workforce, getting them credentials and degrees that will provide them with good paying jobs and good paying careers. Okay, we can go to the next one. Thank you. So dual credit is a college course that students in high school take. And it's called dual credit because the students are earning both or meeting a high school requirement for graduation, but they're also earning college credit. So while they're in high school, they're earning college credit, and it really opens the door and allows students to be more successful, to start earlier, to accelerate either to career or to college. Okay, thank you. So there's actually studies that show that dual credit students are more successful in college. They're more than twice as likely to enroll in college than students who don't take dual credit in high school, more likely to obtain a first-year GPA of 3.0 or higher, and they're more likely to persist to a second year of college. Okay, thank you. So high school students who are taking dual credit can earn credentials. They can get a head start on college, so they can either go to transfer or earn a career credential. They're going to develop those essential skills and those college success skills earlier. All right, you can go, thank you. So for students who are interested in technical programs here in Kentucky, high school students can actually start taking technical dual credit courses as early as 9th grade, which I think is amazing. And technical courses are things like our advanced manufacturing courses that we have here in Georgetown, but also allied health, IT and business. We have an equine studies, we have skill trade. So they can actually start as early as 9th grade taking those courses, which means they have a great opportunity to earn a credential that will have value in the workforce by the time they graduate high school. or go on to earn their associate in applied science degree. Okay? The students in taking kind of what we call general education classes, so that would be math and science and humanities and communications, they can start those classes as early as 11th grade. So 11th and 12th graders take those classes, and they're able to transfer them to other institutions if they decide they want to go on for a 4-year degree. Okay? We have transfer pathways, so if the student already knows what they're interested in terms of a career, we have pathways aligned already with a number of 4-year institutions and can actually tell them which BCTC courses will lead them into their program area at that 4-year institution. 2 years ago, we started Bluegrass College Academy. Formerly it was called Middle College, but this is kind of dual credit on steroids. So students, actually high school students, become full-time college students. They're taking a full load of college credits. If they start as juniors, they will actually earn an associate in arts degree from BCTC about 2 weeks before they walk their high school graduation. So we have, this year, we have 12 students next month who will be getting a diploma or getting a degree from BCTC at graduation in early May, and then 2 weeks later they will walk their high school graduation. So those students are able to take that associate's degree and transfer it into a 4-year institution, into whatever pathway, whatever career area that they want to go to. So it, as you can see, really accelerates the ability of students to get to either college or to get out into the workforce. Of those 12 who are graduating, 2 of them have been scholarship recipients. So they have been able to afford to participate in the Bluegrass College Academy and go full-time as college students because of the dual credit scholarships we've been able to offer. Okay? And then we have another program that we started this past year. Right now it's at Scott County High School. It's called the Dual Credit Prep Academy. And so for students who might not necessarily see themselves going to college, students who might be in a first-generation household, no one else in their family's gone to college, or students who've come from lower-income households and worry about how they can afford college, how can they do this. So the Prep Academy does enroll them in dual credit in classes, but in addition, we provide additional support. So they are taking kind of a 4-week prep course that strengthens their reading and writing skills, that teaches them how to be a successful college student. And then we have an embedded tutor in the course that will follow them through the entire course. So in the fall, they take a humanities course, and in the spring, they take a history course. So they are earning college credit and get to be in dual credit, but we are, because they may not be as confident, because they may need a little extra support, we are providing that extra support for them so that they can see how to be successful in college, and we can help kind of shore them up. All right? So you heard Dr. Capo. Our goal here in Scott County is to build an endowment for dual credit scholarships that would help support students who have a financial need and may not be able to pay for dual credit on their own. Our goal is to create an endowment of $1 million. That would allow us to award about $40,000 in scholarships annually, which means that we would be quadrupling from where we are now the number of students here in Scott County that we could support. And because it's an endowment, would provide a sustainable way for us to continue those scholarships into the future. I think that's the end of the presentation. We're happy to take any questions or any comments that you might have.
And my first question was, the $40,000 annually would get you to where approximately 72, how many students could probably be in the program with that amount of money?
Some of that depends on how many classes they
want to
take, but it could certainly be. It could
I was
be
just trying to get a number in my head.
Yeah, it could certainly be up to 72. If it supports students who are in that Bluegrass College Academy where they're taking full-time college, then the scholarships are a bigger award per student. So it'll vary a little bit.
And I can assure you, I've spent 27 years in a high school, and then from 2007 to 2018 as the principal or assistant principal, and there are so many talented students that don't have the means to have this opportunity, that if they had this opportunity to dip their toe in college and get started in a comfort zone, that it makes that much of a difference in just getting them started and giving them confidence. The dual credit program in itself is just huge, because a lot of kids get to their junior and senior year, and some of them that have, don't have that don't have that plan in their head. Hey, I want to go to a 4-year college. Start to check out. That's a sad truth. But if they knew that they could have a scholarship opportunity and look at these different opportunities, there are so many different opportunities, and get an associate's degree, then they could get into the workforce immediately with a very good, high-paying job. It just makes that huge difference. And I know that $250,000 is a lot for us to wrap our head around. And I know that we have to do this holistically. But I can assure the court that this type of program would be a positive impact not only on individuals, but on our community, with hopefully turning young people into tax-paying citizens with good jobs. The training is the key, and as it was mentioned earlier, we have more jobs than more people. Just more jobs than people, and we need to train them. And this is a great opportunity. And please let me say this again: we have to look at this holistically, because we have so many different requests. We have a lot of requests, but I can tell you that we need to try to find a way somehow to support it and move forward. So I'll stop talking, and I'm sure there's questions.
I have a question. Just out of curiosity, the students that are in the dual credit program now, how much is it? I guess I didn't know. I guess their families are paying for them to get that.
So the way dual credit works here in Kentucky currently, they have a discounted tuition rate. So it is 40% of what an incoming freshman to BCTC would pay. So right now, the dual credit tuition rate is $71.60 a credit hour, which means for a English class, it's 3 credits, that's about $214. So there are some state scholarships, but for students taking dual credit general education, again, then the math and the science, they only get 2 scholarships their whole high school career. For those taking technical courses, they get 2 technical course scholarships each year of high school. But for those who want to go beyond what those scholarships can provide, again, this scholarship fund is what's supporting their ability, what's giving them the financial wherewithal to be able to take additional courses.
And in fact, I can add that for some parents or some students, it's easy. But now all parents can afford it.
Sure.
So we want to be there for the have-nots, people who cannot afford it. And now let me also add, my own daughter went through it. She's at UK now, graduating May 6th, age 20. That's how good it is. You save on time and 0 debts.
Well, sure. I mean, I was doing the math when you were talking and thinking what college first year costs now, and going in as basically a sophomore, I guess, if you could get that many credits. So it's huge savings.
Huge savings. And now that CPE published a report last September, if the judge wanted, I can share that with you. They followed a high school in Kentucky from 2011 to 2019. Over 8-year period. 43,000 students graduated. Only 55% of them went to any type of post-secondary institution. And over 8-year period, only 32% of those who went to post-secondary institution graduated. 36% of them are still in school or have dropped out. Just look at that number. And 26% of them have never gone to any school. So this program is going to help us get to these students early on and make sure they are on track and they also earn recognition.
And any questions or comments down here? Dr. Wallace?
I had two questions. First of all, who oversees the endowment? So is there a committee or is there a group that oversees
I
that?
was hoping we get to hear from Mark. And we didn't want you to get out of here without having to
Yeah,
talk.
that's true. So I'm Mark Manuel. I'm the Vice President of Advancement and Organizational Development for the college. I also have the pleasure of serving as the Executive Director of the BCTC Foundation. It's an independent foundation that exists only to support BCTC financially. The BCTC Foundation invests that money. They have a finance committee that oversees the investments. And actually, that finance committee reviews that every year. And that's why we don't know exactly how much money will be available every year with an endowment, because it depends on what the stock market does. If you've looked lately, it's probably not doing as well as your investments aren't doing as well as they were last year this time. So, but they oversee that. We are audited every year with a full audit. We haven't had a finding since I've been here, long before that as well. So, but it's overseen by a 501c3 financial committee.
The second question I have is I know that you're geared toward technical and vocational skills, and you also do other things outside of that and dip into the arts a little bit. My concern is have you all worked out a relationship with Georgetown College so that if we subsidize or some of these credits that they're getting out of BCTCS, can that be something that's transferred to Georgetown College easily? And I know the programs don't absolutely match up, but there is ways that they can transition to there.
Yeah, actually, we've done a lot of work with Georgetown. We have MOUs with Georgetown on things that transfer. And I haven't looked at it lately, Dr. Capo probably knows this off the top of his head, but about half of our students are in transfer-oriented programs and not what we call terminal programs, where a trade program where you go straight to work after 2 years. And we have that with every institution of higher learning around here, public and private. We have a transfer center where those institutions send somebody in to meet with our students to help them with that transfer process. And many of them have scholarships to help them. They all want our students. UK wants our students because UK has data that shows that our graduates do better their junior year than their native freshmen. The freshmen that they start with don't do as well in their junior year as ours do going in, because we've provided a lot more support for them. So, but yes, we work hand in glove with Georgetown.
And if I can, and we account for 20% of all the transfers that take place in Kentucky.
Okay,
And
awesome.
I was here last month with the president of Georgetown. We're currently working on 3 degree programs jointly. So we have been working with them, and we will continue.
Right.
What other questions? Rick Hostetler.
Couple of comments. Stacy, I remembered. A couple of comments. One of the things that Dr. Capo said, and I think I heard him properly, which kind of tweaked me and I agree with, trying to get students away from the brain drain to brain gain. And I think one of the things that you said that helps accomplish that, and I think Ms. Gotze might have said this as well, about your focus is really starting with the 9th graders, which I think is huge. That 4 years there where some students may wander around, if you can get them focused, it's huge. And then one last comment, I work in construction, and so the skilled trades are struggling big time. All of them. I'm in the electrical field, but all of the skilled trades they're struggling, and it's huge. There are not a lot of young people, and this would provide an opportunity for a guy or a gal, because we have female employees as well who do really well, and but that when if they decide when they're in high school to go down that path and to have this opportunity in a couple of years out of high school, they're a skilled tradesman and whatever. There's a huge opportunity out there. So I see this as a pretty foundational opportunity to help folks.
Anyone else? David Livingston.
Yeah, I have a real quick question.
David, can you turn your volume up?
Well, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Okay. So my question is, for those younger students, like the 9th and 10th graders that you may try to catch, this is an example in our household. I have a junior or a sophomore who is not 16 yet. She doesn't turn 16 until July, so she won't be able to drive until, fully on until next January. So she's caught in a scenario where she can't leave campus to go take classes. Are there online options for them to be able to do this? I don't know if I may have missed that. I apologize if I did. I'll let Lynn answer that, but we do have online and we teach in the high school. So.
Yes, so there's some great opportunities. We do have online classes, online options, so online would be an option. We also have partnered with Scott County schools to do teach dual credit classes in the high schools. So their instructors have to meet our credentialing, but we have a number of dual credit classes being offered at the high schools at ECS and Great Crossing in particular. This year we have 63 Great Crossing students who are taking dual credit welding, and they're taking it at the high school but earning dual credit, college credit through us. And then I will say for the Bluegrass College Academy, so for students who are interested in doing that full-time college student, I want to earn my associate's degree, the school district has been a great partner with us, and they actually bus the students to campus so that transportation does not need to be an issue for them. They've been a great partner for that. So it really opens the door for students who want to do that full-time college academy to be able to come even if they don't have their licenses yet.
It makes a huge difference to take that barrier out because it's a real issue, and having that transportation piece is real. And then, as David asked, the online option as well. And I really applaud what you're trying to do, and I appreciate the efforts. And I know that the court will reflect on how important this is, and as we go forward with our budget, look at this and how we can fit this in and at what level we could. But I, on behalf of the court, I want to say thank you very, very much on everything that you all do for our community. Your all's presence makes such a big difference in our community. The education piece and the training piece and the potential and the potential for what you all are proposing for low-income students and removing that barrier. There's just no, once they have that certificate, you can't. They don't take it. There's no takebacks. They have it, and it's there with them, and it's a key to their future. So I really appreciate the efforts, and thank you for being with us today.
Well, we appreciate you inviting us in and listening to the presentation and considering this, and again, just for the county's continued support for our work here in Scott County and such a great partnership with you. Thank you.
And you're not only talking with us, you're talking to other groups and other entities in Scott County as well.
Yes.
To make that clear as well. And then Alvin has a question.
Just a quick question. You may have mentioned, if you did, I missed it. You got $1 million goal. Where are you at? I mean, how many commitments do you have so far? Do you have?
So what started the endowment was the $250,000 donation that Toyota made to us in December. So that was the first piece of it. So now we are building from there.
That's the only commitment you have so far. It's a solid commitment.
Fund available,
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good question. Thank you all again.
Thank
and
you.
really appreciate your efforts. With that said, it is 9:35, and I'd like to ask for a motion to go into executive session.
And this would be to discuss pending litigation, KR 61-810-1C.
Motion from Rick Hostetler, second from Alvin Lyons. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion is to go into closed session. You all, David, we're going to call you on a cell phone. Tim will call you on a cell phone.